All right, hello everyone, and welcome. Ongoing coverage now. We've jumped into the top Makuuchi division. We're on day 14. It's Saturday the 27th. Currently 5:18 p.m. That match just happened. Midori Fuji going to 6-8. Already got a Makekoshi, as does his opponent, Kim Bozan. Both men with losing records, but trying to add some wins in the last few days. Midori Fuji successful there. Here we are now into the Sanyaku ranks, and we've got Komusubi Kotonowaka, still alive with a 6-7, taking on Ura. The Maegashira 4 also looking for one more win to get his Kachikoshi. He's 7-6. So for Kotonowaka, this is a must-win, which will allow him to face off tomorrow with a 7-7 record and a chance at a Kachikoshi. Ura can lose today and still have a chance tomorrow on Sunday. As you know, I think, well, a lot of you are new to sumo, so maybe you don't know. What happens on the last day, well, no, this isn't the last day. I should retract that. The second to last day, when normally around now, 5 p.m., they would put up the matchups for tomorrow. The next day's Torikumi, the mat for both Juryo and the top division, but they withhold it on day 14 until after 6 p.m., after all the matches have finished. And I think that's because the matchmakers, if you want to call them that, like to put like guys who are 7-7 against each other. So one of them gets their Kachikoshi and one of them gets a losing record. It's a little cruel. I'll talk about those tomorrow. We call them Darwin matches, the survival of the fittest. But those happen, and then of course they want to make sure they have exciting matchups for the final day. Perhaps they won't put Takakeisho up against Teruno Fuji, but that's the most likely scenario for tomorrow. But they could decide to do something different. Who will they give Asanoyama to, depending on whether he wins or not today, etc., etc. So yeah, so you have to just check the website, or obviously just tune in tomorrow and you'll see who's fighting who. Okay, Kotonowaka, of course, in the green, Ura in his signature pink, and this should be a fun matchup. I'll give you a rundown in the next match of who won and lost earlier in the day. Didn't have a lot of top division coverage because all the excitement is kind of concentrated here in these last 5 or 6 matches of the day. All the people with Yusho, and really it comes down to, let's face it, the final match of the day, which is a huge one, and that's Kiribayama versus Teruno Fuji, pretty much for the Yusho. Especially if Teruno Fuji wins, of course, it is the Yusho. He cannot be caught on day 15. He will win the championship one day early. But if Kiribayama wins, we extend to tomorrow and a potential playoff. So my guess is most of the folks sitting there in the arena in Tokyo are going to root for Kiribayama in that final match just because they want to see more exciting sumo on the final day. But either way, it should be a fun match, I hope. Okay, here we go with this one.
1年半ぶりの対戦ということになります。どんな一番になるでしょうか。動いて裏、対する琴ノ若捕まえればというところです。4回帰りました。まず立ち合い裏がどう出てくるか。潜りに来ました。うまくいらした、残した裏。外れをしていこうというところです。中に入りました。右が覗いています。頭をつけます裏。ただ琴ノ若も右覗いているか。ただ左をつけているのが裏です。頭をつけます。右のはず押し下からちょっと取りづらそうな琴ノ若です。裏半身でどうか。左の中寄せていく、じりじりと前に出てこようというのが琴ノ若です。
琴ノ若が裏が走ると
何か足に仕掛けになるのか、それともその動きでタイミングを測っているのか。館内多くの拍手、東京両国国技館です。14日目、裏は勝てば勝ち越し、琴ノ若勝ち越すためにはもう負けられません。ひねり技いくのか。反り技もあります裏。右が覗いています。肩透かしでの勝った今場所裏です。 右の腕、裏が懐に入れている。長い相撲になってまいりました。表情見えているのが琴ノ若です。肩すかし、どうだ、軍配は裏です。
Ooh, that's going to be a mono-e. That's going to be a mono-e. Okay, why did we flash to those people?
ちょっと難しいですね。
Yeah. That one we're going to
今
need
も
a
飛んでた
replay.
しね。角度によってはね、見え方が違うんですけど。
The announcer is saying Tori Naoshi Tabun. Tori Naoshi is the Japanese for rematch. So there's three things that can happen in a mono-e, a judges conference. Let's look at the replay though here for a second. He's up in the air, he's up in the air, he's up in the air. He's out. So when he lands, there's no way he could be safe, but Kotonowaka does go down first. I think they're going to give that to Ura. I would like a redo because I feel like, you know, they both were pushing out. Ura went out first, if you want to say outside of the ring, and was in the air as Kotonowaka then went down. But because he doesn't go down here yet, yeah, that's a tough one. Sporting fans would like a rematch, but they might give it to Ura. So there's three things you can have happen. One, let's see if they're talking yet.
玉垣親
They're
方
still
の
deliberating.
友の花さん、
ね
玉春日さんは片尾波親方です。おお、まだ
Okay, so when he goes back, he can either say Gumbai Dori, which means they agree with the call by the judge, because the judge has to point his paddle one way or the other. He can't be like, I don't know. Or they can reverse his call, or they can order a rematch.
行司軍配は裏を有利と見てあげましたが、裏の体が先に飛んだのではないかと物言いがつき協議をした結果、裏の体が先に飛んでおり、行司軍配差し違えで琴ノ若の勝ちといたします。
行司軍配差し違え。
So they did Gumbai Sashigai, which means that they reversed, they disagree with the judge, they looked at the tape, and they realized that, Ura went out before Kotonowaka. So interesting call there. No rematch, just a straight win for Kotonowaka, and he needed it. So now he's 7-7, and he has a chance to stay at Komusubi tomorrow. We don't know who he's going to fight yet, of course. But he has a chance to stay at Komusubi with a win on day 15, and that's makes it exciting. And Ura, same way. He will also be 7-7 tomorrow, and have a chance. You know, Maegashira 4, if he gets an 8-7, he might go up to Maegashira 3. It's not a huge change. They might just keep him Maegashira 4, depending on what their needs are. But if he gets a 7 and 8, he'll probably go down to Maegashira 5. So, you know, anyway it goes, it's not going to be a huge change in his Bansuke ranking. But for Kotonowaka, it is. You know, to be in Sanyaku and then be back out in the rank and file is a change in salary, status, all that stuff. Okay. Wow, that was an 8-minute video. Come on back for more sumo.